Okay, so we find out our attachment styles, then what? What next? All right. One of the things I do usually when I get new information, especially information that helps me to be more self aware, is breathe. Like I just take a big breath. I just breathe it all out. Why? Because that means you're alive, that means you're learning, and that means you're willing to grow. And that in itself means that you are winning. Why? Because if you have reached at this point of, you know, finding out about attachment theory as a self-awareness tool, you're understanding what kind of attachment style you have, you even want to know what can I do about it, that means you're already winning. And this life, if there's anything I've learned about this life is baby steps. Like I don't care who you are. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how pretty or handsome you are or how, it doesn't matter. Everything is baby steps. Every step you take is a win. So this is a good step. Number two, you need to read more and research about your style in particular. What I've been giving you is really just a summary. It's just collective information, but then you want to go deeper into understanding your style after you've done the test. There's a lot of information out there on different styles. Different attachment styles have a lot of information out there. A lot of people who just specialize in like specific attachment styles, so you can learn. A lot of work has been written about different attachment styles, so immerse yourself in learning about your attachment style so that you are more equipped to improve it, to develop more secure attachment style. One of the resources I want to recommend is a lady called Heidi Prieb. Heidi Prieb. She's on YouTube. Her name is Heidi Prieb, Heidi Priebe. Now, Heidi Prieb is a psychologist who was specialized in personality kind of content. She's very she's very knowledgeable about Myers-Briggs type indicator, which is the 16 personalities. So she really goes deeper into those. We talked about personality tests, and that's one of them. And then she's very knowledgeable about attachment theory. So I would highly recommend her for those of you who want to go deeper into understanding your attachment styles. Yeah. And then the other thing I want you to do is reflect on yourself. You can still use journaling to reflect about your attachment style, but reflect and try to understand, okay, if this is my attachment style, how can I do better? How can I be better in my relationships, in my friendships, in my as a parent, in my family? How does knowing your attachment style make you a better person in whatever relationship you're in? And then my next recommendation is please seek professional support. There are lots of people who are not able to pinpoint why they are in certain situations, why they're in certain relationships, how to move on, how to get a better attachment style, how to establish better boundaries. And sometimes you need professional help. And a lot of people are afraid of seeking professional support, like a therapist or a counselor. But try to be open to the idea of talking to them about your attachment style so that you see how best to develop a more secure attachment style. And lastly, you need to forgive. Personally, I remember when I was going through, this process of learning about my attachment style, and I used to, like I said, I always journaled about it. I journaled about a lot of things, but part of it was after I found out my attachment style or after I found out about attachment theory, I started to journal and I realized that I was so angry. And this was like anger that I didn't even know I had. Like sometimes the anger is in your body. Now, a lot of times people with insecure attachment styles are angry. Like underneath it all, there's that emotion, there's so much anger. And it's not just, sometimes it's like you're angry at life, you're angry at yourself, you're angry at your parents. Like sometimes you could be angry because your parents left or because they passed away. You could be angry because your parents didn't work out and it didn't make sense to you. You could be angry for a lot of reasons, but one thing I'm certain of is there's a lot of anger as an emotion when it comes to the insecure attachment style. And so I realized that I needed to release a lot of that anger and I needed to forgive. Forgive myself, forgive my parents, because at the end of the day, if whatever attachment style you have develops from the relationship that you had with your attachment figure, chances are high that you subconsciously, you may not even be like consciously angry with them, but subconsciously, chances are high that you're angry with them for not giving you what you needed as a child, emotionally and physically and all that. So release the anger, feel the emotions. Luckily for me, I cry a lot. Like I had so many cathartic moments during this process. So I feel like I released so much out. Sometimes feel like my heart was being ripped apart, just having to release a lot of emotions from my childhood that I didn't even know were there. And so you need to find the courage to release the anger and any other emotion that you might have experienced, but also to forgive. Forgive yourself, forgive your parents, forgive your attachment figures, your caregivers, your guardians. Just forgive. Yeah. I think that plays a really huge role in healing your attachment wounds and enabling you to develop a secure attachment style so that you do not pass it on to the next generations. And yeah, let's just work on our attachment styles and let's continue to be more self-aware and then also make authentic living a lifestyle. Yeah, which makes me realize that I've spoken about my next tool of self-awareness. And yeah, for that matter, my next episode is going to be about forgiveness as a tool of self-awareness.